right, the 2021 Indy Pro, first of the year. Blessing makes his debut. He posted some damn good high def footage here so we can actually take a look at it, because there is some awful stuff out there as always in bodybuilding. But he had some good quality. This is pre-judge. Him and Morgan and Choppa. He is crazy looking in this front double. And Morgan looks like absolute leather. Insane conditioning. And they say the 90s were the only ones that had good conditioning. Like, Morgan is definitely that level. He's like, sorry, he's just Dorian Yates like conditioning, ridiculous. But I know people keep attacking his structure. Okay, he's tall. We get it. He doesn't look good in the front double. Back shot's amazing. Side shots would be good if his stomach wasn't in. Here it is. Look at that Christmas tree. It's just nasty. And Blessing, of course, I think looks the absolute best in this line of three. Choppa's just too soft and he doesn't have the best insertions compared to like a Blessing. But he's structurally better than Morgan. Yeah, this quarter turn's insane. If Morgan's core was even a bit flatter, he would just destroy completely. But that was the downfall of him, in my opinion. I know he's got small arms, no quad separation really. If he could fix like those two things, he would just be placing better. Not the best, but still placing better. This is the comparison that I really wanted to review in this video, was Mohammed versus Blessing. The second and third placing, we know Rodriguez won. And this is pre-judge. And you could tell the night show he comes back a lot better. Blessing does come back a lot better. And we'll look at that in a bit. But it is what it is. In pre-judging, he still looked good. This pose here, they're zoomed in, it focused in. He shouldn't try to pull the Sean Roden, throw a quad out. That's a bad move for him. When you don't have big quads, you definitely want to go side. The ab and thigh here. He beats Mohammed in this. I don't really understand what people... I know Mohammed has better legs, but his abs are not good. He was blown out. And I know everyone critiques all people about bubble guts, but this guy definitely had one, a lot of it. And he's got small arms. So he's got a lot of weaknesses, and Blessing has his weakness, which is lower body, and he wasn't pulling enough definition in the upper quad area. And that really hurt him. Size-wise, yeah, he's a little smaller upstairs if you look at overall, because his structure's so wide. He doesn't have those big juicy synthol delts like Rodriguez. Those things are outrageous right now. They don't even look normal. And here we go. This is still pre-judging. And he's getting shuffled with Morgan here. We thought that was going to be the third and fourth kind of placing. Third, fourth, fifth. This is where they had Dorian Haywood out of the lineup, because they had him nicely in third, so this would have been a fourth, fifth look. So, I mean, this is like apples and like tugboats here. It's crazy how different those physiques are. So now, Dorian and Blessing, the battle for the third place. And I was actually shocked how much they put this guy, Dorian, into third. I didn't see it. I don't know what they were seeing, maybe because he had some hamstrings there. But I thought his physique was kind of messy. Glutes aren't in. Like, Blessing's glutes are even better if you want to talk lower body. Dorian's chest and his shoulders were like really good, but his stomach was blown out. So I kind of threw him to the side just because of that. And Blessing did that stupid one leg out ab thing. You don't do a Sean Roden pose. That's when you have to have Sean Roden's legs to pull that off. Ab and thigh. I mean, look at Dorian's legs. I don't know. It's just a disaster. and he's shaking like crazy, but he's just got big delts, smooth looking arms, no definition in them. Like at least Blessing has vascularity and actual muscle separation. Like it was a clear kind of placing for me. I didn't even see a debate on that. But once again, this is the debate. This is the night show, and Blessing versus Mohamed. Blessing, without a doubt, takes a front double. Even when you compare the legs. I mean, Rodriguez doesn't have the greatest legs either, but no one talks about that too often because he's so compact, he's short, and to me he reminds me of like an Ashkenani, like just a bigger version. It's got like those short little legs and wide kind of stomachy lat area. It's all really compact. So I would give Blessing this pose versus Mohamed, because that's who I really wanted to focus on here. Blessing turns around to the back, total pro debut move. Oops. You can see his legs are more separated now. Still not amazing, but better. Front lat spread. Super hard. I know that people give this one to Mohamed right away. It's very hard. I know his lats are high, Blessings are high there, and Mohamed's are showing more. Mohamed's got little arms, so just like the Dorian days, you show more lats if you have little arms. So look how wide Blessing is. I mean, you can't take that away either. So I'm washing that pose. It's really, really hard for me to pick a winner out of that. So I'm not going to. Going into soon to be the side chest. And you can see Blessing sharper. Rodriguez glutes are insane here. And his chest is just gigantic. Blessing versus Mohamed. Mohamed's side legs, not great. Blessing's is okay. Mohamed's chest is better. Blessing's arms are better. So you can pick what you like in this one. In my opinion, I would still take Blessing in this one. He's taller, harder to fill out that physique. And he doesn't look too bad. The point when he starts looking bad in a side chest is either he's not slapping his ham against his other leg, or he's flexing his pec, like right there. You never flex that close pec in a side chest. It just flies up and doesn't look good. So now we're going to hit some back shots. And this is where Rodriguez just kind of murdered them all. See, Blessing has a beautiful back. In my opinion, way better than Mohamed. I don't know if they were all riding Mohamed here, saying he had an amazing back. I think that it's good. His arms are so weak, like half the size of Blessing's almost. And his legs don't look that amazing right now. A little better in the hamstrings, of course, detail-wise. I don't see how it's just a clear cut. He easily beat him. Hayward, he's way back in the back end there. I feel like Morgan should have beat that guy, even with a bad looking physique aesthetically, because Dorian doesn't look that good aesthetically at all. But I'm being too damn negative here. Back at this one. Lat spread. Blessings rolled forward. Lost the pose. He just sits back there when I freezed it, which gave him an advantage. When he sat back there, yeah, he's doing some damage now. He's got proper traps all the way down. Like he's got like miniature Johnny Jackson traps. He still rolled forward too much. His glutes are in. They're almost like the best looking glutes right now. Mohamed's got like wrinkly kind of weird stuff going on. Rodriguez just has the density. I hate how he poses though in this lat spread. I hate anyone that does that KP roll thing. But this one I would have Blessing beating Mohamed again. And not a Blessing super fan or anything, but man, if it just looks right, it's right. I'm not saying he's beating Rodriguez by any means. And into the side tricep here. This one here, the tricep looks better on Mohamed, but he's leaned forward. I don't know what he's doing, and Blessing's all scrunched up high, like they're both just not executing the pose at all. Justin's hitting it the best, and his like triceps kind of super thin. but at least Justin's kind of in the pose. It's really just damn awkward. I think Dorian, unbelievably, is hitting it like most comfortably, and he's cut off the screen there, so that's just a disaster. Side tricep is, in my opinion, the hardest pose to hit in bodybuilding. If you've ever actually done it, you would know. And going into the ab and thigh, Mohammed actually kind of pulls it together a bit here, but Blessing annihilates him in the abs, and Mohammed obviously wins in the thighs. And I like when they stand straight up and down instead of crunch forward like that. So like Justin's doing it great in my opinion. Blessing's doing it great. His quads just aren't good enough right now. But if I had to judge that physique, I mean, Blessing needs to reduce those oblique size. He's like crazy thick there. I would give Blessing still the win here on that pose. Rodriguez ultimately destroying almost all of them in all the poses. So once again, he's not really in the, like, look when Blessing drops that quad down, he actually has some detail. And you got to take a look at Fernando's comparisons where he puts Brendan Curry's legs on Blessing's legs. They're almost the same with just more detail on Brendan Curry. So think about that and take a look at his Instagram. Most muscular, well, Mohammed has no arms, so that's kind of out. Rodriguez wins it like always, and Blessing needs to do hands together or he needs to do a crab. He did hands on hip, which was like a disaster. It does not do his physique any justice because it almost like widens him out too much. He needs to get a little tighter because he doesn't have enough muscle yet. So like even the one hand on hip, don't like it at all. So that's pretty much a wrap of the stills that I have here to really kind of pick apart the poses. And now they're just going for another comparison, flip-flop. So Blessing has his turn against Rodriguez and to really finalize this. And as you can see, I mean, Rodriguez will be beating him at a lot of these poses. Almost all of them. Going into the side chest, there's just like a thickness, and Blessing sitting up high. Nowadays, don't sit up high. That's like old school Arnold stuff. It just doesn't look as good. You look thinner. You don't look as thick. This is where they kind of, Rodriguez gets them going, and it's pretty funny. They're trying to make it entertaining, even though it's pretty much over now. In that back double, you can see how big Rodriguez is, just killing it. I did notice Mohammed on his like lower right lat, something wacky looks like is going on down there. I don't know if it's like a tear or something. And the other guys on the outside are definitely far looking in. They're just looking in. They're not coming in. And it was unfortunate, once again, you didn't see Morgan there because he actually was on death's door conditioning, which you don't see that often. So I'd like to see it rewarded a bit more, but the stomach was out. Blessing's got to stop doing that damn turn because now it looks like his legs are spindles. Yeah, not a good idea. Straight on, ab and thigh. There it is. It actually looks good. If he doesn't collapse, that doesn't look good in my opinion at all. That one arm behind the head thing. So I think some of this wacky posing should be left with Kai Green and not with him. He needs to stick to some standard stuff. I can't get over Rodriguez's chest fullness. It's outrageous. Amazing. Well, that's the end of that New York Pro this weekend. I will be watching. Can't wait, and hopefully get some high def video.